Hey there. Doing good. Beautiful day.
I know.
Thank you.
It's already softening up.
Yeah.
They better do several more on the front side before it.
Before it gets mushy?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the energy in those homeless shelters is very interesting.
I bet.
You know, when that lottery was going on, there was this strange. The people who got it were just something so small.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's all kind of relative because even with the very wealthy, they kind of react the same way. It's just human nature.
Sure.
It's just that the prizes are much bigger.
Right.
You know, we're talking, billions or mansions or Ferraris and things like that.
Those are much emptier, though.
In some ways they are, because it's not down to the raw survival of human need.
Right.
Now,
A
the
bed,
closest I've come to that was hitchhiking around with
that gal.
sweet little Judy Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
And at one time, I didn't even know it, but I had left my wallet in someone's car. Did I tell you this story?
No.
And I didn't even know it was missing because we were being fed and we had food and we'd meet people. I didn't even need my wallet. And it wasn't until I actually got back to where I was living and it had been mailed to me because my address was on my driver's license. Whoever picked this up, they found my wallet and they mailed it to me.
Well, that's a really interesting point. Or there you go as freedom. You didn't even need your wallet.
I didn't need it.
And so,
The universe provided.
yes, if you trust, if you place some trust in
Well,
those forces.
when you're that young, you don't have this sense of fear and preservation. You're just kind of living. But as you get older, you start getting kind of, I don't want to lose this, or
Right.
I don't want to get hurt, or you
Right.
start developing this fear,
Well, you start developing defense mechanisms.
defense mechanisms. The little
Oh.
kids are just, some of them are just wild. I mean, they take huge risks.
Right.
And we become so risk averse when we get old.
I remember it wasn't until the whole time I lived in Chicago, I didn't have a phone. The whole time I lived in San Francisco, I didn't have a phone.
Yeah.
I didn't have a phone from I didn't have one in college. But I had my parents as the I suppose as a point of contact. But it wasn't until I came to Montana that I was thinking about this the other day. When did I get my first phone?
That you plugged into society and responsibility.
Right, where an employer could actually call me and say, "You got the job,"
You got a job.
or "Hey, you got to come to work," or whatever. And it was on Idaho Street that I got this apartment with Sue Matson, and we got a phone. And so you don't need a phone. You don't need and I'm trying to shed some of that. I haven't used social media now since early December.
Wow.
I'm just,
I never got into that. I never did.
for me, it was more scrolling than anything. But there's people who can't live without it.
Yeah,
And-
there's a dopamine addiction there.
It's hollow, though.
You're getting, likes from these people that you're never even going to meet.
I think it's even more hollow of an addiction than substances.
Yeah, drugs and alcohol.
You get less in return from social media. At least drugs and alcohol intoxicate you.
Well, there is a
and-
little bit of intoxication, isn't there? With the, I mean, that's how they.
It's not.
That's how you get addicted to it. There's got to be something,
Right, but
some kind of chemical thing going on.
Absolutely, but alcohol and drugs can elevate your consciousness. By that I mean,
I think some people would argue that point, George.
well,
Elevate.
what it did,
They shift your consciousness.
but it I would try to write and paint while I was high and
Did it
drinking.
work? Did it work for you?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it unlocked some creative
Right.
energies.
But you really need to figure out how to do that without, because then you become dependent on that.
Oh, right. That's your muse.
Or you believe that you're dependent on it when you aren't.
Yeah.
What I think alcohol and drugs did for me was it inspired me to pursue these activities, and then in and of itself,
So
it created some inspiration.
So you associated the altered state of consciousness with some other activity and something else. It wasn't a be all end all of its own. The drugs. And that's I think that's where the danger is. You get these people where they don't do anything but that.
Right. So even when I was getting high and drinking and walking around San Francisco, I was recording. I was always, there was some part of me, some small part of me that was, this is grist for the mill.
Okay.
So I'm going to be able to use this creatively, this experience I'm going through.
So you were using it to augment your reality.
Yes.
And augment what you were doing and contribute to it instead of it just being
taking me over.
Taking you over. You still had some other stuff going on.
Well, I remember one time we were tripping on acid. This guy came over, and first thing in the morning, wine and LSD.
What a combination.
And
wine and LSD.
And we were broke-ish, and we both agreed that we needed more wine. And so we decided to walk up Market Street to the Safeway near the Castro, and on the way, spare change, enough money to get more wine. But the rule was that if anybody asked us for spare change, we had to give it as well.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And so.
Well, that's.
So we were asking for spare change, getting it, and people were asking us for spare change, and we were giving it. But we were also given, here, have a shot of our wine. And so you didn't own anything. Everything was freely given to you, and you were freely giving it to others.
So non-possessive.
Yeah.
You didn't hang on to stuff.
So magic happened. And I remember some guy pulled up and was like, hey, how do I get to so-and-so? And we were like, oh, just, go down here, take a right, left, blah, 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 blah. Thanks, buddy. Here's $5. Just like that, out of nowhere, somebody pulls over. And when we got to the Safeway, we shoplifted the wine because that was part of what was going on.
Yeah.
The universe was, I'm telling you, it was fucking uncanny. We walked into the store, each took a bottle and just walked out. And it's as though we were invisible.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you were invisible. But look at your life now. In some ways, you're kind of doing the same thing. It's just at a bigger scale. You've got this trophy wife, trophy house. You're skiing a million vertical feet.
Right.
The universe has just handed all this stuff to you.
Right. Why?
Why?
But I don't ask why.
You don't ask why. Because there is no answer to why.
Right. The only answer that you can even remotely come up with is it's supposed to be this way. That's how the whole that's how it's built. You want to do Berkeley again?
Sure. Yeah, Berkeley again. Did they do Claim Jumper or?
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta do that one too.